stealth team. All right, so there's a couple of reasons why the stealth team works. 70% of change management fails. We're aware of that by now. I've spoken to it enough times. The reason it fails quite often is because when someone tries to change something, it gets attacked by this corporate immune system that we're talking to. So how do we actually form a stealth team? What they look like? So what we need is some key players in here, okay? So we probably want a construction manager. We want a project manager or senior project engineer. Someone in project controls, superintendent, he's pretty well key. Someone in commercials would be handy, and supervisor and their crew. We're not going to these people going, we want you to be in the stealth team, okay? We put it out, we want to pull them into it. We want to see who is interested in doing this, who's keen. We can even go and have a look at their social profiles. Who is doing the likes of what Benny's doing, speaking to this stuff online? Who shares this stuff? Who reads books on the job, at work, in the crib hut? Always coming up with ideas. Even sometimes you want what's called your troublemaker. They're the people that see issues long before they come up. Quite often they get branded with being a troublemaker. What they actually are is a catalyst. They want to change things. They want to make stuff work. That's how they form. We start speaking to this stuff, pre-starts, start asking who wants to be involved in this. Ryan Tierney calls it a leaders group. What they actually do is mitigate this, which is the 4 levels of resistance that Eli Goldrut spoke to. So the solution that we come up with is going to be counterintuitive. That's not going to worry them. They don't care. They love it. They love the idea of doing something better. It conflicts with the current measurements. They're not just about being busy. These guys know that just being busy doesn't get the job done. That they need to focus on the right things at the right time. They don't need excuses. They're already delivering. They want to be held accountable and not worried about getting blamed if it doesn't go to plan. So it mitigates that. The other way that it forms is what I'm doing inside construction school. There's a great video that I recommend you go and watch. Ask me for it if you can't find it. It's by a guy called Derek Sivers, S-I-V-E-R-S. He's got a short TED talk called How to Start a Movement. All right. What it is, it's a rock concert. One guy goes down and starts dancing. To start with, he's on the side of a hill. And to start with, he's just doing it by himself. He does it by himself for a long time. Then one person joins in, which is what they call the first follower. First follower joins in. The 2 of them are dancing for a while. And nothing else as much is going on. Then a few more, then a few more. Then the whole group comes in. Okay, the whole site joins into it. That's the exact same thing that we need to create. All right. Not going to go on with that today. If you want that video, reach out and say the Start a Movement video. I'll send you a copy of it. What we're going to do is now do an ORCA, because yesterday it went awry. So we're going to retest this prompt and see how anti-fragile it is, because yesterday it broke. I gave the wrong GPT some instructions and it ran off and did what I asked it to do, but I'd given the wrong one, the wrong instructions. So let's tweak this up. ORCA phase 2. Let's see if we can just copy the most recent prompt and still pick up where we left off from. Be interested to see if he has kept the task that we did the other day. And this is slow today. It's pouring down rain here on the coast. As soon as it rains, everything that seems to slow up. What the hell's this done? Nope. Let's go back to add wingman. Hey wingman, I messed up yesterday, and what I did was I gave the ORCA wingman, asked it to create a prompt for another wingman that I was creating. It was a job that was supposed to get you to do. Now I copy pasted your last prompt and pasted it into him, and it's gone awry as well. So we've obviously got something fragile in the process here. Can you rewrite the prompt so it does everything that it was supposed to do before? And if something happens and it went off track, we just copy pasted this and put this straight back in, and it would just pick up where it left off from the day before. Are those instructions clear enough? Do you need any other context from me? Boy asks if this is state of recovery, so if the wingman drifts, it gets overwritten, you paste the prompt back in and reconstructs the session state rather than losing everything. Before I rewrite it, here's the exact behaviour I'm going to build in so we're aligned. At a recovery mode start. Right now the prompt assumes the wingman remembers everything, but if the prompt gets replaced, memory is gone. Okay, that's why that didn't work before. So the new version will start like this. It says the user run ORCA debrief. The wingman will first check whether it has already had session state. If not, we'll ask 3 recovery questions. What ORCA data are we resuming from? Paste the current open actions list. Have yesterday's actions ready been reviewed? This lets the system rebuild its state. Perfect. There are no open actions, you just say no, none. Preserve everything that already works. Add a do not generate prompts guard. Your drift happened because the ORCA wingman was asked to write prompts for other wingman. This is not its job, so I'll add a rule. Okay, so we fixed that as well. Making this process anti-fragile. So it gets stronger. Even every mistake that we made makes it stronger. It's exactly what we're doing here. If asked to do so, it will respond to that request is outside the ORCA. Perfect. At a state lock, the wingman will now explicitly treat these sessions as a state, current date. What you'll be able to do if the system ever drifts again, paste the prompt back in, type, run ORCA debrief, answer the recovery questions, and the wingman will continue exactly where it left off. Why this makes the system anti-fragile. Right now the system depends on uninterrupted prompt integrity. After this change, it will depend on explicit state reconstruction. That's much stronger. One question before I build V7. When you ask for recovery information, do you want it to request only open action list? Let's go A. Get it to ask for the whiteboard picture of the previous shift. This recreates. It's going to ask for a photo of the previous shift. Normal mode, recovery mode, the wingman now behaves. Prevents a drift that broke it. Everything that already works stays. Results. One small operational question. When it reconstructs action from the previous board photo, should it assume those actions are open by default? Go with B. Oh no, let's work that out. Okay. Here's a clean copy paste prompt. Okay. Still writing. For what won't copy. Imagine trying to write all this yourself. Blow that. Let's get this one. Copy. I also need to get myself a checklist to make sure that I don't kick off a live like that again. It was terrible. The system was anti-fragile. I went through, I've got all my checks in place now for my sound and all the rest of it. Normally I hit the, what do you call it? Focus mode, but for some reason today I didn't do that. Okay, run ORCA debrief. Should have asked me for a photo now. What ORCA date number is this? 106. Actually, no, it's not. It's 107 from memory. Man, I'm having a shocker here today. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It is 106. 106. Didn't do exactly what he said it was going to do, but anyway. The date is Monday, the 9th of March 2026. The time is 1:43 p.m. We are in Beanie's office. Here's a recovery. Open actions do not exist in the current state. Upload a photo of the previous shift's whiteboard showing current actions. Oh. What's the definition of done for this action? Be specific. The live needs to be published. Live needs to be published on LinkedIn and YouTube. Handover notes need to be completed, ready to hand off to Mox for him to write the banger post. The banger post recap needs to be published on LinkedIn. Yes. 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 So we should be back to square one, recovered. Just a little bit slow with the internet connection. Should have put this question. 70% of change programs fail because the organisation rejects them before they prove themselves. Today, we're going to break down, we break down why that happens. Objective of the mission today was to get down to Brisbane for a WHO meeting. That was the key objective today. Yes, you did well to interpret that. The meeting has been completed and we're just waiting feedback. Yes. Meeting was scheduled in, planned for it, got ready, all the prep was done yesterday, so got it done this morning. Yes. was a great post by Liv Bory this morning as well. I've seen it posted quite a few times on LinkedIn. Used to be a professional poker player. And this is something that I'm going to incorporate into my meetings. And it's like, when we're going to say to people, what are you doing when we come back and say, is it complete, or the date, we say, what percentage are you 1 to 10? 1's completely not confident, 10's 100% confident. What's your confidence level on completing that task in that given time frame? Way more powerful than going, oh, I should get done, or I should be all right. Maybe I might get there. Confidence level. Start talking to numbers. It's a great post. Go back to the top of my LinkedIn feed, you'll see it. Write the new actions on your whiteboard. Okay. Let's do that. So run live, we'll do that again. That's, what's today? 9th. Repeat that one. Wingman, ORCA, 9th. We'll just keep those as per. Take a photo of that. Oh man, it's just giving me grief today. Why won't the keyboard go down? Oh, technical issues. Again. See if I can get back in and out. Right, now we're on. This is the worst ORCA I've run in a long time. Bernie run live. Wingman handover notes to be confirmed. Now we confirm destination of done. Must be published on YouTube and LinkedIn. Must be published on YouTube and LinkedIn. See how the definition of done tells you whether the task, we give it something to say, yes, it's done, no, it's not. That's pretty well. Either I did it or I didn't do it. Hot dog or not hot dog. Handover notes are ready to hand off to Mox for him to write the banger. Done or not done. The handover notes done or the handover notes not done. Ready to hand off to Mox. The banger post recap is published on LinkedIn. Is it done or is it not done? You need to be able to say yes or no for it to make sense. To be able to hold people accountable. Did you get it done? Well, sort of. Did part of it. Working absolutes. Yes, no. Hot dog, not hot dog. Is it done or it's not done? ORCA debrief completed. Open actions. Copy for chat. Mox handover brief. Alright, there's still some work we need to do on fixing that prompt. We'll work on those tomorrow. Anyway, take that. Use it. Stealth team. We're going to talk about stealth team more this week. Why it is imperative and why it will stop your change efforts from failing. Speak soon.
This is a big one, and I've asked a project executive that I respected a lot what the answer to this one is, but I'm going to ask you. When you think about the real objective of a project manager, going back to that loop, what is their actual mission? So that we can bring it home for the listeners.
Okay, so the actual mission is, I'd go back to the book by Patrick Lencioni, 5 Dysfunctions of a Team, and a quote in there that says, If you could get all of the people in an organisation rowing in the same direction, you could dominate any industry, any market, under any conditions at any time. If you could get everyone, the PM's job is to get everyone headed in the same direction. If he could do that, you'll build any project under any circumstances, ever gets thrown at you at any time. That's my opinion. In my opinion, that is his number one job.
I love that, and kudos to you for pronouncing his name right. I always get that wrong.
That took a lot of practice to get that right, especially for an Aussie.
Yeah,